What is going on, guys? Steve here with Scotch and Things. You know, I've got the 40-day Lent thing going on, and we were my daughter's dance recital last Sunday, and just killing time because that's what you do. You're there all day, and they dance for 3 minutes, and I'm just messing around, and I've been really good. Hadn't bought anything. Hadn't really been, I've missed out on a couple things, and hadn't really been. Didn't feel bad about it or whatever, but all of a sudden I was just cruising, and more makers need to do this. Grimsmo Rask, number 1654, was on their site. They don't announce it when they drop stuff, which I think more makers need to do, because then just whoever's looking has a chance to get something, instead of, there's a drop coming and they say something and then someone always gets screwed over. So I kind of like how Grimsmo does it. You just gotta kind of be checking. And I wasn't, I'm always looking at stuff, and then there this was on their website. So without even thinking about the 40-day thing, I was just like, oh, because I've got the acid watch blade, and I've been wanting, and then I had the second acid etch blade one, and I sold that, and I'd been wanting a stonewash blade. I have one of each, and I don't really carry the other one because it's got my daughter's birthday. So this showed up yesterday. No one was home, so I was at the post office. We're working close to home, and I had to actually run to town to get some stuff for work. So I swung by the post office, grabbed this, and I knew I wasn't going to be home until late tonight, so I thought, all right, I'm just going to open it so I can play with it, and I'll show you guys later. I was actually going to make this video at home tonight, but I've actually got some time now. So, flipping it, action is amazing. Had buyer's remorse, like, immediately after I completed payment. Then I thought, wait, oh no, I'm not supposed to buy a knife. So I had, the entire time it was in the mail, I've kind of had buyer's remorse. Then get it in hand, and my plan was with this one was to carry it a lot more. Like, I usually carry I've had, this is my fourth Rask now. I always carry them in a slip, because you're going to use them, but you don't want to hurt them because it's such a fancy, nice knife. And this one, my plan was different. I'm going to actually carry it because I wanted a lighter weight. I've really mostly just got some smaller EDC knives, but really I've just got, Striders and Chris Reeve, will work fine. In the summertime, I'll wear a lot of golf shorts, and Striders are a pain in the ass. It's that lighter, thin material, because I golf a lot. So that's what dads wear, golf shorts. So that was my excuse. I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'll carry. But the entire time, like I said, I've had buyer's remorse. Got it. It was about 10 minutes back to the job site, flipping it. Everything's fine. Threw it in my pocket. I'm like, I'm not going to carry this one in a slip, because when they're in a slip and you have another knife on you, it's just easier to use that other knife. So I'm like, no, I'm actually going to carry this one, put it in pocket. And about an hour later, came in here, the job trailer, and flipped it, and it didn't lock open. I was like, what the heck? And no matter what I would do, it wouldn't. See, it's got super early lockup. It wouldn't. Like, the lock bar was over. I couldn't push it over. I was just like dumbfounded. And I've had stuff get into Rasks and Norsemen before, and it really just kind of ruins their day, if they get anything. That's why I don't think like a bearing type knife is necessarily a hard use work knife, because stuff gets in there and it just it messes up with everything. And I don't know why it was flipping and locking up fine before, and now I've been flipping it and it's starting to wear over. So I took it apart, thought, okay, and there was kind of some crud on the stop pin. I'm like, is the stop pin, like, is the blade not, is there something in the track where it's not opening all the way? I couldn't figure it out. Put it back together, same thing. Took it back apart, pulled everything apart, looked at it, same thing. At this point, like, I put it back together, I'm taking pictures, and I'm about ready to send Grimsmo an email, and I'm all pissed off. I'm like, I'll just sell it, I'll just return it, whatever. And I noticed, so Grimsmo has on their cards, you'll notice, this is what I always go by, it's the birth date or the completed date, that's where my daughter's is. But if you take your knife apart, you notice that they machine the date when the scales and everything were actually made, and then they sit in a queue until they get put together and final sharpening and whatnot. Well, this one is January 21, 23. And that hit me, and like I said, I was all pissed off, gonna send Grimsmo an email, because it's, and then I didn't have to send this back to Canada. I know they're pretty good at sending parts out, but I couldn't for the life of me figure it out. But January 21 is my mom's birthday, and we lost, those of you guys that watch the channel, I lost both my parents this last year, and it was especially hard losing my mom. And I saw that, and I smiled, and I thought, well, it's my knife now, forever. So I know I wasn't supposed to buy a knife. I had buyer's remorse, and then I really had buyer's remorse when it was acting finicky. It is wearing over now. It's got a little stick, so something was off. Something, like I said, it flipped fine. I don't know what in the hell could have happened in the hour that I owned it. But it seems it's back together now. It's got a little stick. I've spine whacked it. But I don't have buyer's remorse anymore. I've done pretty good. There's 2 weeks left until Easter. I'm not going to buy anything else. I passed on a Strider Sky Juice, went up for sale yesterday, and there's been some stuff I passed on, and I'm glad I didn't pass on this one. So next year maybe I'll do. Last year I shit the bed and bought like 8 knives or something during Easter. This year I bought one knife, one special knife to me now. But my plan is to really carry this and use it. Like, I carried Rasks before for a month challenge or whatever, but they were always in a slip, and I'd bring them out to cut a package. Hey, I'm carrying this in my pocket at work today. When I had to just cut through a cord just now, did I pull this out? No, because it's a dainty, delicate blade. But I'm going to carry it and appreciate it, and just kind of over the moon. And by the way, Grimsmo is always striving to make things better. This is their new Nanook case that they've made a big deal about. Their old Pelican case was fine, but now it says, I don't know, I'll have to look at my other ones, but it says like Rask in here, and I think it says Saga for Saga, and Norseman for Norseman. But it's a nice case, a little weird. Like when you're looking at it this way, right way up, you think you would place it down in front of you to open it. Well, you have to turn it then, and it's upside down. Whatever. So, failed challenge. There's always hopes for next year. But after having buyer's remorse for not saying I was, sticking with what I was going to do, after opening this knife up and I spotted it, I was just so flustered why I couldn't figure out why this thing wasn't working, and what the issue was. And then seeing that date just kind of chilled me out and kind of brought me to a stop. So there you go, guys. One more Rask. Did I say Norseman earlier? One more Rask. So now I've got a black blade, got a stonewash blade, and like I said, I don't really carry that black one much. I did carry it last week, kind of getting ready for this one, but I want to keep that in as good a shape as possible to pass on to one of my daughters, so they'll each get a knife. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.